issues with the amplification.
They're going to be using amplification here soon.
What's that?
They're going to be using. They're getting
They
ready.
have a permit. They pulled a permit to come down here and have basically a block party.
Well, they don't own the They don't own the place.
They've permitted for this. You guys have not permitted for it.
Well, we don't have to. I mean, if it's public property, right?
No, this is actually, I mean, yes, it is public property, but this is a permitted event. Okay. So that's why the bands can have amplifications. Okay. They actually pay to do that, and that's why we're here. But for you guys, you can't. Unless you want to go through a permit process, go through City Hall, that's what you would have to do. You're more than welcome to say your words, talk your talk, but just not in an amplifier.
I've used it before in Waukesha.
I know you have, and you've been. We're gonna ask you for your name and everything because we think have we told you this before? Because we've told other people this before. Are you one of the people that have been advised?
I mean, I guess I was at a parade recently, but I mean, it's public property, so I don't see what's wrong with using a megaphone.
Right, it's disruptive, to be honest.
Well, this
gentleman right here is a business owner, and he's very upset. These other people came out here to listen to the bands that they actually went through the legal process to get a permit to be able to amplify. But unless you have some permit, you've done something to have the city sign off on you down here making amplification. Do you have anything like that?
The First Amendment is my permit.
Okay. But the First Amendment doesn't allow you to be disruptive.
Actually, it does.
Right?
It does. The First Amendment gives you the ability to upset people with speech they don't like.
Like I said, you can say anything not anything you want, but you can speak your word, whatever it is that you're trying, the message you're trying to pass, as long as it's, it doesn't create, it's not disruptive, disorderly, and amplification.
Well, that's pretty broad.
So, do you have a ID with you, sir?
I do.
Okay.
Do you understand that they've paid? They've come together. They've paid to basically block off the area so that they can have their event. The issue that's why they're being allowed to amplify, and that's why they're allowed to use.
This is First Amendment right here. Having this sign, being out here, demonstrating, that's First Amendment. Getting on an amplification device, that's a lot different.
Well, is it free admission here? Like, the public are free to walk about there and go about their business?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you won't let anyone use the amplification out here at all?
Nope.
Okay. So what ordinance says that I can't use a megaphone for amplification?
Our ordinance, I'll get it to you right now.
Noise ordinance.
I want to say it's 1205. It's a city Waukesha. Yeah, 1205.
Is it like a certain decibel level, or you just can't use it at all?
Well, I think part of the issue also comes in that the people here who are amplifying applied for the permit to do so.
Right.
And because the permit was approved by City Hall, they have the ability to shut down this entire area and use their own amplification devices because they paid for the permit.
So look, we're not looking to cite you tonight. We're looking to just advise you of our ordinance. It's 1205 sub 10. 1205 sub 10. It's a city Waukesha ordinance. And we're going to get your name. We're going to document that we had this encounter tonight, and we're hopeful that you respect the right of these citizens to come down here and enjoy the event that, like I said, properly pulled permits.
Well, as long as
we're not telling you got to leave. We're not telling you you can't talk to people.
Like I said, this is First Amendment. Holding the sign.
We can't have you amplifying it,
just not amplifying,
drowning out everyone that paid for the permit so that they can play with the bands. Okay. Do you have an ID with you, buddy?
Yes.
Do you mind pulling it out for me?
I do mind. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't. Okay.
What's your first name?
Nick.
What is it?
Nick.
Nicholas?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a middle initial, Nick?
Well, I'm just going to give you my first name.
What's your last name?
I'm just going to give you my first name.
Nick, do you end up seeing the issue that if I need to call you, I need to talk to you, we can do so we don't have to continuously do this where we come up to you?
If the megaphone is not allowed in Waukesha, I guess if someone complains, then that's why you're called. Because
you just had a gentleman complaining right next to you, business owner right here.
But of course, just because people complain doesn't mean you're breaking the law.
Correct. So because you're in violation, we do have a legal obligation to obtain your name.
Do you understand that? If I wanted to
cite you, I just gave my name.
Nick, if I wanted to cite you right now, I would need a name to put on that citation, right?
Okay. Well,
and if you refuse to give me the citation, what are my other options? My options are probably to arrest you, take you, book you, that sort of thing.
Well, he said he wasn't going to cite me.
I'm just trying to grab your name. I'm not trying to.
He just said he was going to cite me.
I understand that.
So you don't need my name.
But here's the thing: in the future, if I need to talk to you, Nick, I don't have to come up to you and just call you "Hey, Guy" or Nick. That way,
you can call me Nick.
We know who's accountable for who we talk to. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're going to give me your name, Nick?
I did. I gave you my first name.
Besides Nick.
So the ordinance, you cannot use amplification in Waukesha at all. Is that
Confusing the ordinance with the permit.
It comes down to the reasonableness of the event.
Without a permit.
Nick, here's the deal. I know I said we weren't going to cite you, but that's obviously us advising you of our ordinance. But if you're not going to provide your name, that completely changes things.
Why?
You have to. You have to provide the name because we have a ordinance violation that we're investigating, and we're asking for your name.
Well, I've talked to police before, and when they advised me, they did not ask me for my name or my ID.
We're asking you for your name.
And I gave you my first name, so.
Okay, we need your middle initial, your date of birth.
I don't believe you do.
And
So
your last name.
I'm complying with. Again, I've talked to other police officers that did not ask me for my name or ID. They told me the ordinance, and I stopped, and they were fine with that.
And Nick, we're trying to work with you here, man.
I'm trying to work with you too.
We're giving you some leniency in regards to a violation of the noise ordinance. Okay? Do you understand that? So all we're asking is that you work back with us. You give us a name so that we have someone that we can talk to in the future. Okay, because if I want to write you a ticket, I have to have a name for that ticket. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm going to do that to you.
So
a lot of that comes down to your level of cooperation with me, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cooperating. If you're not going to write me a ticket or a violation, why do I need to give my name or my full name? I'm just asking.
Here's the deal. We're going to stand here until you give us your name, or to move forward with the citation if you don't give us your name. And
Why?
Citation. We're going to have to arrest you, bring you back to the police department for positive identification, and then you refuse to give us your name. So either you give us your name now and we resolve this issue, or we move forward with the citation process, which involves bringing you back and positive identification.
So
It's really that simple.
So why would you cite me?
What's that?
He just said he wasn't going to cite me. So why would you cite me now?
Generally, when we advise somebody and they're cooperative with us and provide us their name,
Here's the deal. I got pictures of him to prove his identity. If you or that loud horn get used tonight, we are going to arrest you.
Okay.
You understand that? Okay.
So can I use my loud voice?
Without an amplifier?
Yeah.
As long as it's not disruptive.
Well,
I can't answer that question because if you start screaming, that's different. What do you mean?
I'll be.
You can use your voice. Be reasonable. That's all I'm asking you.
If it disrupts people, then I can't.
If you disrupt people and we believe it's unreasonable, or if it's disrupting, again, the bands that have paid and permitted themselves to be down here, then I can't answer that question if you start screaming. But you can talk, you can use your voice.
Okay.
Just be reasonable.
Okay.
We're not saying you can't be out here doing that. We're just saying that for the people that paid for it, you can't be drowning them out. You can't be disturbing the event that they paid for to block the streets on. Does that make sense?
With a megaphone, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.